I'm going to go. All right, it's June 10th, 2019 for our team call on this Monday. I'm probably going to ask you to be a little interactive, but I was going over the team call with Carla Italiano, however you say her name, and I hope that you guys were able at least to listen to it on the recording, but her story is pretty cool. I don't know if you watched it or not, but she was a product user for 6 years before she ever started to build. And then her story goes that she tried to build, and she had a goal of becoming executive in 30 days. She's a 4-star, and she didn't hit it. A year later, she was still only a manager. So I know that kind of resonated with me because I feel like it's really hard to move past the mindset when you don't achieve where you feel like you should be, and you have to ignore it and just keep going. So my focus with you guys I want to be, we have to get our people paid. And you cannot go into it with saying it in a way that sounds negative, because maybe when you got started, you wanted nothing to do with sharing it with anybody. You didn't want to talk about it. You didn't care to get your products paid for. So if that stays with you and you don't work on that, that shows through when you're talking to people. And so the difference for me was I was never afraid to share with people, even when they shoot me down and they say, oh, I'm never going to do that. I come back with right away that listen, people are going to see results on you and they're going to ask you. So I'm just preparing you for what's going to happen because these products are so amazing. So you have to continuously talk about it. It's not like a one and done type of deal. Every once in a while it is. So last week I did a pre-launch party for someone who I talked to in February. Okay. She wanted to get started then, but was concerned about the cost of it. She wants her whole family to get healthy with her. So it was a huge financial obligation for them, So we had a sip and sample for her, and she invited 92 people. Guess how many guests we had? 3. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm telling you. It's a numbers game, number one. You can't let that beat you up. Like, that never bothers me, because even though she had 3 people, she still was a consultant the same day. Okay. And then she ended up enrolling, she enrolled her husband and 2 of her friends, and she's not done. Like, in order to feed a family of 4, I mean, it's a lot of shakes a month. You guys know. So we have to keep going. We're going to keep having them. And like I tell people all the time, the first one, you're going to have a couple guests. And it's going to seem like a total epic fail, but we have to do it again. And you have to ignore the fact that people weren't there, because they will keep coming. I went to Gabby's on Wednesday. So I had 3 sip and samples last week. And I know that when I have at least one every week, my business grows. Even when everyone else is saying sales are down, enrollments are down, I am never down, because I keep going and I keep doing I keep consistent. I will say the spring, I wasn't having as many sip and samples as I should have had, because I was busy and I was I'm going to do a post or probably a live about being a master of disruption. I mean, even when I think I have my day planned, it is completely taken over by my kids, and I have to figure out a way to work around it. So planning ahead for those sip and samples is huge. And sometimes I don't want to commit to them, guys. Like, sometimes I want to just be like, I don't have time. I can't. But I know when I do it, good things happen. So Gabby had really 0 guests. Okay. She was a little upset about it. Now, she's enrolled 10 people personally herself, which is awesome for someone that's 25, but people are falling out. So she's not staying paid as consultant. And her aunt and uncle were there. And I said, do you want me to go ahead and do the sip and sample, even though it's just your aunt and uncle sitting here? They're older, probably in their 70s, right? And luckily I have Chris's picture on me at all times, just saying. Okay?
Thanks. I'm good for something.
Yes, you are. Everybody's story is very vital, guys. It doesn't matter. on Thursday night at Chris's Sip and Sample, I needed Maria because I'm enrolling someone that's lost 100 pounds with gastric bypass, but she can't get past the 100 pounds. You know, it's not a healthy way to lose weight. And, you know, the thing about Carla's story, so after she was able to hit 4-star, her daughter ended up very sick in the hospital. And she said she didn't work the entire time, but she still had an income. So if you're afraid to share about the money, the opportunity, the free food, then that's on you, and you're making it about you. So I'm just being real. Like, I know that sounds mean, but if you think that you don't want to share with people because you're already telling their story for them, somebody might really need this, and you holding back is not helping them. You might be the only person that can help them. So we have not only a solution to better people's health, but we do have a great financial business to give people. And it's not that it's easy, but we can work from anywhere. I find myself like I'm all over the place with my kids, and I can still work wherever I'm at. Usually if it's not too sunny, because sometimes it's hard to do stuff on my phone when I can't see. So because of her income, like her husband was able to take days off of work, and they weren't worried, and they didn't have to stress about it. So like that is just like, that resonates with me, because I was fortunate. My daughter didn't have to be in the hospital a lot, but there's always that potential. You know, you never know what your circumstances are going to be. And if you have something like this to share with people or to do yourself, it could be huge in your future. So with that being said, Sip and Samples are huge. When someone has a cost objection, this girl that got started in February, at first when I said something about having a party, she was kind of like, I don't know. Now she's like, game on. Okay. So, and she works in an office building with probably 100 women. So that's 100 people that she could share with. Now, granted, she works at a healthcare facility. They're a nonprofit healthcare organization that they literally have candy everywhere, candy jars everywhere. And these people are gross, like overweight, like hundreds of pounds overweight. They have bags of chips at every corner so they can have snacks whenever, free snacks, free unhealthy snacks for a healthcare organization. So she's kind of fighting a losing battle, but I think once she has results, people are going to see it, and it's going to be huge for her. So for someone that really needs to pay for their products, I was glad that I was able to offer that opportunity and do a pre-launch launch party. I mean, PK taught us this years ago, and nobody's doing it. And I don't know why. Don't be afraid to say. That's all I'm saying. So Carla gave us a few awesome tips. She said that if we aren't working off a list, which is totally true, you don't remember who you talked to, when you talked to them, how long ago you talked to them, number one. Number two, sometimes we think that we need to talk about Isagenix right off the bat. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of times I talk to people for a whole entire year, just being friends, before I ever even bring up Isagenix. Because usually there's a place for me to bring it up and bring it into a little bit, or people might say, hey, what do you do? Those kind of things. So it gives me an opportunity to say it, but that doesn't mean that they're ready to jump on as soon as I like share with them. And I don't want to scare people away by being like, oh, you need to, get started with Isagenix right now today. So I liked how she taught her team. So if we have systems in place that make it easy for us to do, I think this will help everyone. So she talked about 4 things, and every person she talks to, she does these 4 things: rapport, reason, compliment, and then a question. So maybe it's someone you haven't talked to in a while, and you feel awkward reaching out. Hey, it's been so fun watching your posts on Facebook. I love seeing pictures of your family. I mean, you can go to their page and like literally look and see what they've been posting, because even people that don't do this as a business, you guys, post a lot on Facebook. Okay, a lot. So say something like that to get the conversation started. And then if you feel like you've gotten far enough into the conversation, you can say, the reason for my message is because I have something I am so excited to share with you. Okay, so that's your reason. Then you compliment them. You could say, you're so incredibly health conscious. I thought this would be a great way to bring this into your life and help. Or you have always helped me by, maybe they put post up on Facebook, and I just want to return the favor by helping you. So then you go into the question of, would you be willing to listen to about the great nutrition that I found? And sometimes we get crickets and we think, oh my gosh, they're not answering us. What do we do? You need to ask the question again. So I thought that that was like very helpful as like a way to go into it, because I really love belly to belly conversations better than being on like text or whatever. But it's hard to do that when people don't live close by, you know, because a lot of your Facebook friends aren't local to you, so it's hard to meet with them. Obviously, we have Zoom as an awesome tool to use along with what we're doing, but I find it hard to get people to understand what this is and get them on this. Even when I'm talking to people on LinkedIn that I would think, you know, they're already business minded, they're doing business on LinkedIn, they would rather call me, which I'm okay with a phone call. Last Monday or Tuesday, I did a call with someone who, I think she was with Amway. So I changed my profile on LinkedIn. I know that originally they were telling us not to put that we were with Isagenix, and I just think that you're causing a lot of confusion and it tricks people. And I don't want to be known as that. I don't want people to get on the phone with me and not know what I do, because I feel like that's a lie. Yes, I'm a personal trainer. Yes, I'm a fitness instructor, but that's not where I focus, because you can work out all day long in the gym and not have results. So I put that I'm with Isagenix and my story, so that if someone gets on the phone with me, they know that's what I do, as opposed to like them thinking that I'm just a trainer or whatever. So after that phone call, it just made me, I didn't like that I didn't know what she did. And even when we got off the phone, I still didn't know. Like, I was like, I don't really get what you're doing. But she basically asked me she was like, you seem like you're pretty busy. Are you interested in another stream of income? And I was like, no. Or doing another business. I can't remember how she said it, but I was like, no. I said, I'm really happy with Isagenix, and, you know, like, I love fitness and nutrition, and I also help my husband, and I have 3 kids. So I'm not really looking for another opportunity. And the same thing happened. I got on the phone with a Roden and Fields lady, and I didn't know that she was Roden and Fields. She was, I don't even remember what her profile even said, but she was a top earner in that company, and her excuse was she can't do any other multi-level marketing businesses. And I was like, well, you can still be a customer. That's the beauty of this. And I think the same thing, like, I'm a customer with Monet. I'm not building that business whatsoever, but I use the products. So I don't know. I just want to be upfront and honest about who I am and what I do, because I'm proud of it. So I just want to give you guys that belief as well. What can I help you with?
Am I on audio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Gene Watson and I are going to ride down with Doug and Maria to Celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get a room at the Omni. So we'd be open to having 2 roommates. So I thought I would plant that seed with you for any ideas.
Okay. We can put it out there to the team. See who else is going. There might be a lot more people going with all these free tickets floating around.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I just thought I would pass that on to you.
Okay. Awesome. I think that, also I want you to keep promoting the new group. It's not too late to jump in, keep talking about it, keep sharing about it. And as leaders, I want to ask you to keep commenting on the posts, keep the engagement up, so that we can keep everybody on board throughout the entire 18 days. And then we'll probably go into like an Amped group in July, just to learn more about the Amped products and share about them and, teach people to use them. That way,
Okay.
order baskets going up too. What else did I want to say? Oh, Ann and I are talking about doing a business training together because I do feel like maybe we just need reminded. We know all the things to do, but sometimes we forget. Even me. So we're going to put something together. Figure that out. But my biggest thing is I want you guys to get really comfortable getting people to have free shakes. For sure.
Right.
So, Ann and I always ask each other on Mondays, what can we do this week to move our business forward? What can we do to maybe do something a little different, a little more? So my thing for this morning is, here's what I did. I have a gym owner enrolled in Canton, and he's great, don't get me wrong, but his business is going real super slow. Like, he's not pushy with nutrition because his business is personal training. Even though he knows and he loves the products, he knows that nutrition is the number one key. He isn't pushy with the ladies who maybe they ask a little bit of questions. So I have to go so that I can be around them and teach them, because that isn't something he wants to do. He feels like I could tell them all day what to eat and that they need to do this, but I feel like if they're not paying money for it, for the information, then they don't listen. And it's just like a slow process. So I'm just telling you, like, he enrolled in February. I want to say he became a consultant in May, and he's only enrolled 2 so far. So I'm just going to keep going up there and planting the seeds and helping him learn more about the products so that he can kind of plant seeds with those people that are asking. But that was something that I did first thing this morning to move my business forward for the week. You have to start, I feel like I have to hit the ground running first thing on Monday morning, or then I get like, It's real easy to forget about all the stuff you need to do. And we can't just post and pray. Like, posting is great. You have to keep a, what do I want to say? A presence on Facebook, but that's not how, I don't know. That's not how I build my business necessarily. Mine is definitely relationships. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Please let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
Will do.
Let's plan to do some more sip and samples soon. Oh, that's the other thing. That deal with corporate is till November. There's no more celebration tickets, but you can get free codes and free $50 in free products every sip and sample. So take advantage.
So I meant to look back to see if those codes expire.
Yeah, I haven't looked yet. I will look.
I didn't.
now.
It's probably there. I didn't look either, so I will.
I think, if I remember correctly, they expire in December 31st, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's plenty of time.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
free shipping on $300 orders too.
Right.
Awesome savings. So.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right. Thanks for
Hey,
getting on, ladies.
Okay.
Welcome. Okay.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.